welcome to Business Week. Bringing you some of the top business reports that made headlines during the week. Features, interviews, analyses, and market data. I am Uli MBC Dada. We begin in Rwanda, where the stock exchange there is positioning itself as the engine of economic growth. In its 5 operations, the exchange has mobilized funds for investment across sectors. Correspondent Effiong Eko visited the Rwanda exchange and has the report.
The Rwanda Stock Exchange operates from this glass house. The exchange was established in 2011. It has a market cap of 2 billion Rwandan francs with index at 127 points. Financial products at the exchange stress among company equities, corporates, and government bonds. On each trading day, business lasts 3 hours.
The trading, you can see trade under a tree. But settlement is where change of ownership takes place. So that one will come gradually. We have already automated. Actually, we have a trading platform which has not yet been put in linked to the settlement system. We are still testing the systems, but it's there. So it will come as we are linking also to the rest of the region, because it's also one of our strategies to link to the rest of the region in East Africa, as we are aspiring to be one regional trading bloc.
A key feature of the Rwanda stock market is its call-over trade system, which is awaiting a digital platform. The call-over pattern of trade operates this way.
How many?
255 million broker 3.
255 million.
5 million broker 3.
So we have a deal.
And then reduce.
What you just saw is that this is how trading is done, but everything apart from this, we do settlement electronically. We also have, as you saw, we have a bond market there, the other side. We just had a 15 million trading at 104. That's IFC bond. So far we have 14 of them listed.
This stockbroker tells TVC News how she's able to give market information to clients.
We try to make it as timely as possible for our clients, since we are not yet on the digital end of the world, but we try to call our clients as soon as possible. Any changes on the market, we email them as soon as possible.
There is a strong government presence in the market, with the floating of about 12 classes of bonds.
The Rwanda Stock Exchange is only 5 years in operation. With just 7 securities, including government bond, the market is in dire need of new listings. Operators say they can only list credible firms that have potentials for growth.
The Rwandan stock market is vibrant. Its ability to bring a large number of citizens to the capital markets enables it to make contributions of nearly 50% to the nation's GDP. The country itself has a national economic agenda, and that is to become a regional industrial hub before 2030.
Now, in 5 years of operation, the Rwanda Stock Exchange has recorded remarkable achievements, mobilizing funds for development and bringing people to the nation's capital market. As the celebration continues, our correspondent Effiong Eko, who visited the exchange, had one-on-one interview with the Chief Executive Officer, Pierre Celestin Rua Bukumba. The CEO began the interview with a sense of fulfillment.
I feel great for 2 things. I feel great because we have survived for 5 years. Because when you are starting a business, you basically like an SME. They die before 1 year. But it has not happened. So we have started a sustainable exchange, which has now been on the map. We are on the map for having ASEA here, but we have been on the map before, because we have had a few milestones within the 5 years we've been around. The first one of listings, we have a few listings already from Rwanda, and we have listings from the region, and we are heading actually the East African community today. Well, I think I would say maybe it's pure luck. No, it's not. I think it's hard work from our team in the entire country and people of Rwanda who have made this happen. So we did the right things from the beginning. Our modus operandi was to put the right structures in place first. So the right environment, that is soft infrastructure, which was put in place, that's the legal framework and environment operating, was right from the beginning. Second, in the hard infrastructure, that is technology. Technology, settlement systems and all that, we are still, of course, trading open outcry, but the others, we are doing it all together. So if you have the soft infrastructure right, the best infrastructure in place as far as legal framework, ease of doing business, helps a lot. So that's one. Two, hard infrastructure helps you to be efficient in the way you operate. So our modus operandi was do the right thing first.
You trade using open cry system and not digital. Why did you stay with the open cry system in your trading pattern?
Well, two reasons. We don't believe in doing things because of fashion. So it's not catwalk. So automating electronic technology, you have to apply technology for things you cannot do manually. So technology can be expensive, and so in our planning, technology was not the first thing to do. Education was number one. Soft infrastructure, like I said, the environment to do business, and then educating our people, mobilization of companies, and so on and so forth. Trading really comes after. So when the trading becomes very difficult, then you do automation. So the automation in our market today is partial because we are doing already, we have automated from the beginning, from the onset, the settlement system was fully automated. That's where people change ownership. So if you go to your own country, what matters the most is where your land is registered, right? So when you change land title, you have to make sure that land title is valid, it's registered properly. So our side settlement process is more important in terms of automation. That one is 100% fully automated, fully linked to the national payment systems of the central bank, meaning that we have never had any single failure of settlement and paying, actually settlement and payment between investors. So no single settlement failure in 5 years of existence. That's something to celebrate because of that particular issue. So now the trading, you can see trade under a tree, but settlement is where change of ownership takes place. So that one will come gradually. We have already automated, actually we have a trading platform which has not yet been put in linked to the settlement system. We are still testing the systems, but it's there. So it will come as we are linking also to the rest of the region, because it's also one of our strategies to link to the rest of the region in East Africa as we are aspiring to be one regional trading bloc.
We understand that you have about 7 securities listed on your exchange. So are they all indigenous companies, or you have a mixture of indigenous and foreign companies?
We have 3 local and 4 regional. Okay, so but the 2 coming in the next few months, they are local. So we intend actually to reverse the situation, the trend by say half of next year. The second half of the next year, we'll have more local companies than regional. So that's our strategy now to do that. But that is the equity side. We also have the debt side. The debt side, we have government bonds listed, and we also have a few corporate bonds listed from private companies. And one, actually, it's a bank which has a bond listed, and we also have one supranational institution, that is the IFC group, the World Bank group. They have the IFC which has listed its bond to fund their local pipeline in local currency. So that's an international corporate bond that we have floated 2 years ago.
Liquidity is a problem across many African exchanges. How do you manage that problem within the Rwanda Stock Exchange?
We can't live in isolation, from our own realities. The reality is such that we are small markets. We are fragmented, and we have very few investors local. And local institutional investors are not very active in our markets, but that one comes gradually. So we still have that issue of liquidity, but liquidity attracts liquidity. So the more products we have on the market, the more wide pool of investors we will be attracting, because now we are talking about retail investors going forward as part of this ASEA Conference also is paramount. So the more people at the base and the more products coming on the market, liquidity will come.